Hey everybody, I'm Israel Houghton, and this is Voices. Well, I wanted to be pretty literal with the title of the record, DeMaskUs. So the idea is leaving the mask behind and moving forward, walking into what God has in front of us. And so I did a few, by myself, and I grabbed my wife and I was like, yo, do some of these shots with me walking away. And I felt like it was far more powerful that way. One, she's just much better looking than I am. But two, just the idea of like this really marks, the last 3 years of my life marks a completely different chapter and an exciting one. And it's a reminder that you got to leave the old behind to apprehend the new. Well, I've always been a fairly private person, and even being a worship leader, the whole approach to that has sort of been, it's not about me, it's about him. But I'm also an artist, so there's that balancing act between the two of like, but you are public. So, I went through this pretty publicized divorce. The divorce itself was like not a big deal to a lot of people, and I announced the divorce way after I had gotten divorced. What was a big deal is when I started dating Adrienne. And when I started dating Adrienne, people started going, oh, they must be together. She must be the reason they got divorced, and all this speculation, which was couldn't be further from reality. But in that, I felt like it was important to say, this is the life I used to lead, and this is the life I choose to live now. And that is a very honest one, and a very, hey, I'm a human. I failed. I tried my hand at marriage the first time, and it just did not work. And I never expected to get married again, but I did, and I've tried my hand at that, and it's working beautifully. And but in that, there had to be a stripping away of, not everything is perfect, not everything is great. In church, that's kind of expected. Like, hey, these are Christians on the stage with a microphone, so they got to be living a flawless, perfect life. And when you realize, no, they're not, and they're human like all of us, and I have to get over my expectation of that, then we can really get to something and move towards some freedom. The catalyst for all that was a conversation that her and I had as friends, just as friends. And she said, do you realize you could tell me anything as long as you tell me the truth? And I don't want to hear what had happened was, like, what is the truth? And when I shared my truth with her, she's like, that I can deal with, that I can work with, that now that I understand, like, we're good. And she was one of the first human beings alive that ever gave me that opportunity. Like, I'm not going to hold your past against you. I'm not going to make you to believe that you are what you've done. But you are a human being. You are loved by God, and I'm going to love you the same and be your friend. And that friendship turned into a romance, which turned into a marriage, which makes me the happiest man alive. Man, it was the whole thing felt like a fairy tale. The whole thing just felt like I was having an out of this world experience the entire time. And I mean, the ceremony itself was flawless. We went from the ceremony and jumped in this. She thought we were going to be getting in a van to go take some pictures real quick. Instead, I got a 1960 white Rolls Royce, and we got in that and went and took these pictures. And the picture you're talking about in front of the Eiffel Tower, I think was on People magazine the next morning and went everywhere. And it was, I can't contain my smile. Like, I've never been happier in my life. And it's not just because I married this beautiful woman. She is beautiful, and we are married. But that there is this sense of having a purpose partner in my life for the first time. It's not just me going and doing what I'm doing and her doing what she's doing, but there is this sense of true partnership there. That, no shade to any other relationship, but I never had that. And so to have that and to experience it and to enjoy it and to celebrate it is, it's captured in that shot for sure. I feel like if you're going to tell it all. And that doesn't mean telling it in some salacious, these are the details, and not so much that as much as it is like bearing my soul in worship and helping create an avenue for other people to do the same was kind of what that meant. Like, if you're going to tell it all, in the sense of it's an exercise in futility for us to go, hey God, so here's what I'm dealing with, and like try and conceal other stuff. And he's like, I see it all, so just let it all out, you know. And in that, it's been very cathartic for me and very, very freeing for sure. I think we jumped off the top rope on this record on the first song. Like, just, you know, pile driver first song is a song called Secrets that Adrienne and I sing together. The opening line is, we lie to our lovers, we lie to our friends, painting our pictures and playing pretend. And you would think that definitely doesn't sound like a worship song. And you'd probably be right. But when you get into the chorus, we hide our weakness to cover our shame, but you see the darkness and you love us the same. Suddenly you realize, oh, they're singing to God. And it is a true song of thanksgiving. And even though it's provocative, called Secrets, it's really, you know, that could be taken a couple ways. One, there are no secrets from God. One. Two, there's a scripture that says, whoever abides in the secret place of the Most High shall abide in his presence forever. So under his shadow forever. That's pretty powerful. And so if you learn how to just go, okay, there's no masks, there's no filters, there's no veil, there's no editing. This is it. Flaws and all, scars, wounds and all, shortcomings and all, failures and all. And he's like, now I can do something with your life. I specialize in putting broken pieces back together. Road to Damascus. It's available everywhere right now that music is sold, everywhere you can stream. You can get this project. I encourage you to get it on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, Google Play, wherever music is available, go get it. Thank you so much.